planetary industrial complex. The potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power exists and will persist.
Whether we believe in our capacity for self-government or whether we abandon the American Revolution and confess that a little intellectual elite can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves.
That the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Fear itself. Fear itself. Fear itself. Where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall never surrender.
My Prepper brothers and sisters, you've arrived at the bunker. Grab a cup of joe, a stout tea, or maybe your favorite adult beverage. This is the Prepper's place for open discussion on whatever the hell we want. Brought to you whatever the hell way we want. This is the new format of Top's Bunker. So sit down, kick back, post up, relax, and welcome to the bunker.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. Military industrial complex.
And we as people will get to promised land.
We will make America strong again, proud again, safe again. We will make America great again.
Preppers, survivalists, off-gridders, homesteaders, and the like. Welcome to Top's Bunker, a podcast for preppers. Leave a voicemail to get on the show, speakpipe.com/tops, or use a live message option on our Facebook group, Top's Bunker. Email us at shtf@topsbunker.com. Visit our site, topsbunker.com. I want to thank you all for joining us. We got a great show for you. Tonight, we answer the age-old question of what to put in your bug-out bag, your go bag, get-home bag, your 72-hour kit. My favorite, the Don't Look backpack. And Jeremy's favorite, for all those gangly, long-armed, reach all the way around to your left back pocket with your right hand, Prepper Survivalists out there, the tried and true Fanny Pack. Some say it's coming back in style. I say the 80s are calling and they're asking for their Fanny Packs back. Please say it ain't so. Now, all kidding aside, at least for now, we have a Top's Bunker group member that just acquired some nice kit. His name is Sean K, and he's asking, now that he found a great pack and starting to think about what to put in that kit, is there anyone out there who can suggest some essential gear to install in said kit? Well, Sean, we got you, man. But I had hoped to have a little fun with it before getting down to the basics, so I asked the guys to put together a short list of some of the most outrageous items that has been, can be, and dare I say it, should never be part of your kit. But I'm blaming myself for not being clear to the guys about my nefarious intentions to playfully mock some of the over-the-top survivalists we've encountered over the years putting crazy stuff in their kit. See, I came to the show humorously prepared, and the guys came to the show seriously prepared. In other words, I came to the party in the clown suit only to find out that it was a black tie affair, not a costume party. But no worries, we rolled with it, because that's how we, well, roll. So Sean K, get ready to take notes, because these guys ain't messing around. Let's get to it.
Yeah, there's that one invasive species, but they jump.
They jump?
Yeah, they'll go crazy. They're really...
They bounce around?
Yeah.
Really?
You know, earthworms kind of wriggle. Earthworms will just wriggle around.
Yeah.
These will like jump.
Like launch themselves?
Yeah, they'll launch themselves.
What?
Yeah,
I gotta see that.
I'll see if I can find a name of them. But yeah, it's an invasive species. I forget the name.
Well, I mean, invasive. What do they do that's invasive?
They'll eat up the good worms.
Oh,
they just wreak havoc on everything. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, I'll look it up for you.
Yeah, interesting. So tonight we are talking about bobs. That it would be bug out bag. Now we're not going to do like your normal bug out bag, stupid stuff. We've done that a million times. we are going to answer a question from a bunker member, Tops Bunker on Facebook. Go join it if you haven't yet. We definitely want to get those numbers up there, but hey, it's a great place to visit. His name is Sean. Can I say his last name? If he's on Facebook, it's out there, right? You know what? I'm not going to say his last name because I haven't actually talked to him yet. His name is Sean K. We'll call him that. And he asked, he actually put some pictures up of a go bag, you know, kind of a tactical looking thing on the bunker group. And it says, my new on the go bag. Wait, my new on the go bag. My new on the go bag. Okay. That's a new one. On the go bag. That's cool. My new on the go bag with IFAC, new bug out bag in the works. Anyone have the essentials list they could send me? So he wants to know what to put in it. There's a million lists out there. There's a bunch of people talking about it. Lots of YouTube channels, podcasts all over the damn place talking about bobs and bug out bags and what to put in them. We've done them, and we can definitely give you that list. And we probably will give you, Sean, that list tonight. But I thought it'd be a little bit more fun if we did a little bit of outrageous stuff that you could put into your bob, or maybe some of the outrageous stuff that people have put in their bug out bags. We're going to run through some of our lists and just have some fun with it. And that's really what it's all about. And we are by no means making fun of Sean or anybody else. I mean, I've got several bug out bags, and I'm always wondering, do I have the right stuff in them? I switch stuff in and out, and I'll take stuff out, go use it, practice with it, and I'll have to replace it. And then I'll usually end up replacing it with something different. So it's constantly changing. So we're by no means making fun of Sean. We're taking his question, and we're going to give him the right answer at some point, and everybody else out there. But we're going to have some fun before we do that. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go first because I'm very excited because I decided to go 100% zombie apocalypse weaponry. And you know, zombie gear has to have green. It always has the zombie green on it. We all know that. So the first one on my list is, and I'm going to put a lot of the stuff I have actually in the show notes as linkables. So if you guys want to check some of the stuff out, please go down there and check it out. And we'll also give you guys a little bit of our own personal ideas of what should actually be. You can put all this stuff in your bug out bag as long as you have the actual essentials in your bug out bag. So my very first one on my list is the Master Cutlery ZB135-3 Z Hunter. It is a 3-piece throwing knife set, and it is very, very cool. It comes with a sheath. It's only $12. Actually, the reviews on them say that they throw really nice, and I'm not into throwing knives. I've got a couple of sets, but I've never actually used them. Probably should use them. But if you're going to fight zombies, the throwing knives are where you got to have a throwing knife set. You just have to.
Yeah, I prefer throwing stars, but...
Oh, I remember. I used to have those when I was a teenager, man. Those were cool.
I feel like there was a lot of aesthetic put into y'all's stuff.
Well, I also like the nunchucks, so...
Yeah, man. Nunchucks, exactly. And you get that big, like me, like I'd be like some big fat guy trying to use them. Nunchuck, no, and I'd be flipping them around and all that. Parkour.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You like that guy on YouTube, the Judy Chop?
I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, just Google Judy Chop. This guy, he's a country ninja.
I tell my dogs when they mess around that I'm going to judo karate kick their ass across the front lawn. So maybe that's the same thing. I don't know.
It's a level down from, you can karate chop them, but the Judy Chop is one step up. You have to definitely look it up.
So you weren't talking about Gentiles. You're talking about like judo. I mean, the way you said it, I thought maybe you had to wear yarmulkes and do this move. That's what I was thinking.
No.
Oh, man. Are your zombies selling Knish on the corner in Brooklyn?
Exactly, yeah.
Forget about it.
All right, who's got the next one?
Well, I did my stuff based around an EMP. You always got to go back to the book 1 second after. There's a lot of reasons I love that book. One of the reasons is that it actually took place just a few hours from here. I've actually been to that area.
You really like that book. I'm going to have to read it.
I've read all of them now. And I'm going to tell you, man, if you want to feel underprepared, read that series. One of my big things is like, because we travel a lot during the summer when the RV or, whatever scenario you might be in, and you're out and about and something happens. Suddenly your watch, your phone, your everything has just gone completely off. You'll start to notice the chaos. And I kind of built it from that and, trying to get home from that. So how do you protect yourself in the very first place from an EMP? And an EMP, kind of like a CME, is a discharge of electricity downward, which essentially overloads circuits, wires, anything that has an electronic current like flowing through it. How do you protect that stuff? And a lot of people at home have Faraday cages, or they have, the trash can, and they've sealed that up and they've got it grounded and all these different things. And that's great. But what do you do when you're out and about? Our personal stuff that we have is made by a company called Silent, SLNT. And there's several different companies, but we have Silent bags. And I will tell you that they are effective enough to where we did an experiment, and I called Missy, and while she was on the phone, I took her end and then I put her phone into this Faraday sleeve, and it immediately killed the call. It was instantaneous.
Is that like those things you can use when you bring your stuff through the airport security?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Now they will open those up and look at what's inside of them, but you put them through so this way their equipment doesn't ruin your stuff, right?
Yeah, and it blocks EMF, it blocks EMP, it blocks RFID signal, it blocks satellite navigation, everything that you can think of. And I also experimented where I took one of the Baofangs and I hot mic'd it on one end. I just took a piece of tape and taped down the mic. Took the other one, taped down the mic, and I was, basically from one end of the house to the other. And I had somebody just doing like a mic check, and I dropped the Baofeng into the Faraday sleeve, and it completely killed it. Maybe all communication shut off. So they're extremely effective. And then you have to decide, how much are you? Well, how do I word this? Are you addicted to your phone enough to go out in public with your phone in a bag where you have absolutely no reception? It's that kind of thing. Because if you put your phone in one of these bags, you will get no text, you will get no phone calls, you will get no social media.
Until you take it out of the bag.
Until you take it out of that bag. So they are very, very, very effective. That's
the thing about an EMP is that it happens instantaneously at the speed of light. So it's not like something you can be warned of and then go find your bag and throw it in there.
Right. Yeah, because once it's dead, it's dead.
It's done.
There are some ways to rehab some vehicles. All vehicles, even the oldest ones, have some kind of wiring. The question is like pre-1995. Let's just go with 1995. Most cars did not have power passively going to a thing unless you had a security alarm or something like that. Or if you had those stupid lights underneath your car or whatever. It's passive transmission of electrical current, even in small amounts. That will be affected. So,
dude, what are you talking about, man? Where are you, man? We're talking about bug out bags, man.
I know.
You're talking about cars and shit now.
Wait, work with me here. I'm
okay. I'm gonna wait.
I'm going down the alleyway to get to the backyard.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I jumped the gun. Go for it.
So I'm giving for instances. So the stuff that you have with you, if you don't want it to die, you have to protect it while you're out and about. Okay. If you have a newer car and you're out and about, EMP hits, your car is pretty much kaput. You're going to have to walk away from it. If you have an older vehicle, you might be able to limp it home. That's what I was trying to get to. Like, we actually have the Silent backpacks, and it's pretty large. I'm not exactly sure how big it is, but...
So you're saying the whole backpack is a Faraday cage?
Yeah, the whole backpack.
Dude,
the entire
what do
thing.
Those cost?
Well, I'll just tell you, we got ours for free. I'm not going to tell you how, but yeah, we had it like that. I'll just say Soft Week, Florida.
So you're talking 5-finger discount?
No.
He was turning tricks there.
Yes.
I don't know what he's to soft week in Florida. I don't know what that means, but
SOF, SOF, Special Operations Forces.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good giveaways down there.
Oh, yeah. So Missy actually happened to be down there. I was on contract, and she brought a couple of bags home in the sleeves. And they have the Essentials Faraday backpack. It runs $219.95. It's a plain looking black backpack. It doesn't have any kind of like outlandish, like Molly. It doesn't look military. Doesn't look like anything other than just a plain old black backpack.
no tactical zombie apocalypse looking stuff.
No, and you wouldn't know any better until you picked it up. As soon as you pick it up, you can actually feel the material feels kind of funny. I won't say rubbery, plasticky, but it feels different than common, nylon. And they have a bunch of different companies that make them. We like Silent. There's another company called Mission Darkness. They have a bunch of different types of bags and sleeves, just like Silent does. Let's just say, for instance, they have it's called the Mission Darkness Dry Shield Faraday phone sleeve. It's not very big. It's $38. If you go to Go Dark Bags, another company with the same kind of offerings, you're talking their sleeve is $88. It's slightly larger, but they all essentially do the same thing. And between the outside and the inside of the bag, there is a mesh. That mesh is actually what it is that's protecting the inside contents. So you can put your computer in there, your phone, all those different things. And you can base your get home bag or your bug out bag based off of one of these, kinds of bags. And then there's other devices out there to protect your stuff rather than just, your bug out bag. There are devices you can actually hook to your vehicle, hook to your house. And those offer an instantaneous off switch, basically, for your house, your vehicle, or whatever. In the same sense of these bags, they're protecting you from that instant overload of electricity. There's a whole bunch of different, offerings out there. We can include those. But if you've got a basic backpack that's protecting your goods, your electronics, and you have additional protection on the inside, that's the best way. Protect yourself while you're out and about and something like an EMP or a CME does happen.
Okay, buddy, what you got, man?
Oh, well, it's hard to go out.
Can you give me like the 2-minute version instead of the 15-minute version?
Oh,
It's hard to go after that one.
Sorry, man. You walked into it. I had to do it.
I've been talking to fascia board and trim for the past couple of days.
You need some people to talk to. You lonely?
Something like that.
Okay. I talk to chickens, so I mean, yeah,
Nice.
You're good.
It's important to have friends.
Yeah, it is.
You've heard it from me before. I'm not going to get a giant backpack and load it full of shit that I'm not going to use. You got to carry all that stuff. My daily go bag, which is a small backpack like you would take to class with your laptop in it and things like that. I mean, I keep it very basic. I got a jelly bean launcher with a couple extra magazines for jelly beans.
And by jelly beans, you mean pew pew?
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. This is a podcast. You can say whatever hell you want.
Are you referring to Freedom Seeds?
Freedom Seeds, yes. I don't want to confuse anybody.
Throwing lead down range, turning people into pink dust. You can say whatever you want, man. You're fine.
I'm carrying every day, like in my bag, I'm carrying, and it's my get home bag. It's my go bag. It's whatever. It's just going to get me out of any kind of trouble I need and get home. It's like, I'm carrying every day a couple extra magazines. I have 2 tourniquets with me, and a small first aid kit called a Slick Kit from Refuge Medical. Shameless plug there. And I've got, a way to start fire. There'll be some sort of like a poncho or a small tarp that I can throw in there. And that's, I just keep it really simple. I always have water in my truck or around me, and, maybe a couple extra power bars. And that's basically it. I'm not keeping it too fancy. I'm not going to take a bunch of stuff I'm not going to use. What if I need to stop and get water out of a creek? Well, the rule of threes. I've had water in the last 3 days, so I can probably make it 12, 20 miles home to where I'm going, or to a safe location. So I guess I'm more looking at it practically than technically.
So you're going to be talking about stuff that people probably shouldn't be putting in?
I can, or I can just tell you what I put in mine. I mean, I hesitate to tell somebody, oh, you need this, because everybody's needs are different. Everybody's stress.
Everybody's needs are different, but we, as seasoned preppers, survivalists, we know what you really shouldn't. Well, I mean, you don't need to put a sleeping bag in your bug out kit. That's stupid.
Everything you have needs to have more than one purpose too.
Good point.
If you don't have redundancy, there's that saying, one is none, two is one, for a get home bag, or,
Oh no, I live by the one is none and two is one. I live by that. Everything I have at least two of.
Yeah.
That's important to me.
And my truck, I have two of everything, maybe five of everything in there. My truck is my main means of transportation. And if it's not working, I'm going to take the things out of there that I'm hauling with me every day, like maybe a folding saw, to cut, branches, make a shelter or something like that. Well,
folding saws are awesome.
Yeah.
It beats the heck out of pulling an axe out and trying to chop something.
Yeah. I got a hatchet too. I got a folding saw.
But that's for the zombies.
Yeah. And I have a chainsaw, it's a chainsaw blade, but they put handles on it to where you can use it manually.
Yeah. Do you remember those ones that were just like a wire? Do you remember those ones they made for like a China for like 15 cents?
Have you ever used one of them?
They suck. You can't get through anything with them.
And they snap, but they'll also, if you're going hardcore enough, they'll start a fire.
Will they really? They'll heat up?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big time.
Oh, no kidding. But I know the ones you're talking about, buddy, they're kind of like a chainsaw.
Yeah. It's a chainsaw blade, and they just, cut it off. And so those things I'll have redundant, but a lot of the other stuff, I mean, I just try to use common sense and it's just things I've learned over the years. I mean, there's maybe a few steamer mills in there, or not steamer mills, but dehydrated mills, stuck under my seat. I got a dual cab truck. So in the back underneath the seat, I got, things I need, or I might need back there. So there's, it's entertaining for friends of mine. They're looking to go, wow, you got a surplus store in the back of your truck. I'm like, well, you never know. So, but I try to keep it.
Yeah, my truck is stupid crazy. It's got so much crap. And plus, it's all, for the homestead too. I've got tools and everything you can think of in there.
I still haven't even cleaned out my truck after deer season. Ridiculous amounts of crap back there.
Is yours starting to stink? My truck's starting to stink.
I won't say stink because I didn't have animal stuff in the front. But I did notice, when was this? Was like a week ago. I was doing something and I was standing towards the back of my truck, and I kept noticing. I was like, why is there flies right now? It's cold. And I started sniffing around. I was like, oh my God, something smells horrible. Dropped the back or the tailgate, and there was a pool of like gelatinous, like crusted over blood from a deer. And I had forgotten to clean out, and I was like, ugh. It was so bad. Deer season ended January 1st or 2nd, and this has been sitting in there all that time. I was like, oh, gross, dude. That's disgusting.
That'll be fun when you get pulled over by the state troopers.
Oh, dude, I didn't even think about that.
But there was a couple of dead deers back there, and it's just gelled up, gelatinous, disgusting blood.
So my second one, and because I actually followed the rules of this, and I decided to have some fun with my stuff. My second one is the Z Hunter ZB02 series machete. You cannot have a bug out bag in the zombie apocalypse without a really cool green cord wrapped handled machete. 24 inches long. This sucker will chop the head off of any zombie out there and then some. $28.
Does it have a compass on the top like Rambo's?
I think it might. One of the items I have does have that. Oh, you know what it was? It was the automatic dart shooter. Did you ever see that thing? It hooks to your top. I don't have it on my list, but it hooks to your straps onto the top of your palm, your hand, and you press the buttons and it shoots freaking darts out.
Like Spider-Man?
Yeah, like Spider. It's so cool. I want to get one of those. But I mean, if you got a zombie apocalypse, that's how you do it.
Man, that's got to go in the show notes. Like, I got to get me one of those.
And it had a compass on it, so I don't know why, but I guess you can tell where you are in the world when you're killing zombies. So
Nice.
that's my second item to go on the list.
So, second item on my list, of course, I carry a pistol. I'm not super duper awesome at pistol shoot. I am adequate enough. I'm better at a long gun. So for my bag, I chose the Ruger 1022 backpacker. I have one. I frickin' love it. I love it to death. But I also carry 4 extra magazines, so a total of 5. And it fits. It unlocks. You take the barrel assembly off, you tuck it onto a little receiver on the bottom part of the stock, and it fits perfectly in a backpack. And then you can actually store small magazines inside of the cheek rest. And I have several extra 20-round magazines that I carry as well.
That's awesome.
I mean,
everything for the pew pew.
Yeah, it's all about the pew pew. But you got to think, EMP, everything goes to absolute chaos when people can't check their Instagram. You're gonna have to probably, I'm not saying definitely, but most likely fight your way home. So that's
the very second that human beings know that there is no rule of law,
well, dude,
we're screwed.
Yes.
Because they will come out of the woodwork. Everything changes instantaneously. That's it. When they know that they won't get in trouble for doing whatever the hell they want to do, you're done.
Purge. Yeah,
it's the purge.
It's the purge.
You don't have a list? I mean, if I were to have a list,
what are you talking about?
No, it's the purge.
The purge.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that I don't, but
I have a list. I'm not just going to say it, but yeah. And not of actual individuals, of actions.
Yeah.
Oh, like a checklist of things to do. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was referring to.
Purge bucket list.
Of course you were, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Buddy, you're next. You're up.
I didn't follow the instructions. I think one of the important things is to have, I like 1200 lumen or above on a flashlight that has strobe capabilities for many reasons. It serves more, than just one purpose. And
I love my flashlight, but it does not have strobe, and it's the one thing I wish it had, man.
Man, with that strobe, you can take the zombies and you can totally confuse them with it, and it'll serve many purposes for signaling, and that's definitely something that goes in the bags. So,
do you have a preference on brand or anything like that?
Man, I'm starting to like it. The O-Light is called O-Light. I used to be really against, the chart where you charge it, plug it in and charge it. Now with the power banks I have and a little solar charger and stuff, I'm starting to migrate all of my stuff to that and get away from actually carrying batteries, because, man, batteries are heavy and you have to have a lot of batteries for different things. And so I still, like, for instance, in my truck, I have every battery known to man, it seems like, in a little container. And I'm always robbing from it. So I probably need to go back to Costco and get a replenish in the spring for my spring cleaning. But my spring activities, because I'm crossing over now from the winter prep to the spring prep, which is a whole nother set of challenges, especially where I live. Yeah, I like the chargeable O-Lights. I'm a Streamlight guy. My favorite light, though, is one from a damn hardware store. It's just an off-brand that you can charge with the USB-C, and I love it, man. It's like 1,300 lumens or something. It's just a little handheld. It's great, man. Yeah,
rechargeables are great as long as they can hold that charge for a while. My batteries have the 18650 batteries. That's just what I like. My flashlights, they have the 18650 batteries because I vape, and that's what my vapes take. So, and I'm pretty sure that's what eventually the world's going to eventually go to, is that style of battery, of rechargeable battery. But yeah, we do keep the AA's and AAA's and stuff like that around, because there's still things that take those.
And if you pick something up, you're walking around down the street and an EMP happens and you come across a car that somebody abandoned, and man, they might have stuff in there. Don't just walk by it. Make sure it's not booby trapped or something, and maybe find something you need in there.
All right. My third choice for his backpack would be, now, Daryl from The Walking Dead. He always carried a crossbow.
Mm-hmm.
And he was badass with that crossbow. Always got the headshot with the zombie every single time. But crossbows are big. They're bulky. You know, you got to carry all that stuff. It's got to strap to your back. Somebody can steal it. Daryl found himself many times somebody stealing his crossbow. Well, what about a little tiny crossbow? One that is a pistol. Well, there just happens to be a zombie green Cobra Systems self-cocking tactical crossbow pistol that has 80 pounds of pressure. It's only $86, and it can fit into a backpack. I don't know if it would fit into Sean's backpack because it is more of a go bag, but there's a backpack out there that it will fit in. And this is what you want to have if you want to shoot zombies.
I got to shoot one.
Did you really?
Yeah. My
Are they
my
powerful?
buddy.
Can they get into a skull?
A semi-decomposed skull.
That's what we're talking about, man. Zombies, dude.
Or if you have like a wicked good aim, like put it right in their eye.
Right. Plus, I guess it also matters to the bolt too, right? I mean, if you have like a razor tip or something, that's
yeah, definitely. My buddy down the street, he's a retired Army guy. He loves going out and he'll buy gizmos and gadgets, and he'll be like, "Dude, check this out." And he's like, "Yeah, you want to shoot my bow?" And I was like, "Oh, dude, yeah, I bow hunt." And he pulls this thing out, and I was like, "What the hell is this thing?" Not gonna lie. Kind of fun to shoot. You grab the front forend and you pull it back and it cocks itself, and you can actually fit, I think, 3 or 4 bolts inside of it. So you just, cock it and shoot it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. How big is the one you're talking about?
It's not huge, but it's not super tiny. I would say just slightly longer than, say, an average pistol. But, width wise, it's probably like, I don't know, 8 inches across from where from axle to axle.
I also had another one, which I guess would be my number 4, but I'm just going to throw it into right now anyway. It's also another type of self-cocking crossbow pistol, because I found so many of them that I liked, and there was a lot of them that came in zombie green. But it was only $55, and I'll put that in the show notes if you guys want to take a look.
Cool.
Jeremy, you're next. What you got?
Well, I wanted to preface something, and I think there should be a common sense. I think in all of our bags, we should already have water and water procurement.
Oh, yeah.
But the next big one, especially since I'm preparing for an EMP, is you got the bag, you got a way to defend yourself. Now you got to know how to get home if you're in an unfamiliar area. You need to have maps printed out, or you actually have city, county, state, the Rand McNally maps, basically laminated, preferably. And to go along with that, hopefully have a compass if you don't know how to tell which way is north. But you got to have a way to get yourself oriented back to where you need to go home. Definitely maps, because GPS ain't going to work. We're too reliant on it anyways. So learn how to read a map, learn how to read a street map, and try to get the most current one or up-to-date one put in your bag.
All right, buddy. Talk to me.
Well, maps was my next one, so I'll skip that one.
Sorry, buddy.
You have anything interesting to say about maps?
It's it's one of those things that if you don't use it, you'll lose it. The skills. Get familiar with your map. Don't just stick it underneath your or on your visor or in your bag. Start studying your map so you don't have to just stand there and open it and rely on it as much. Always plan on your alternate routes. Have a pace plan for getting home. Have different routes. Take different routes. If you're going home every day or going to work every day or going to the store, whatever it may be, take different routes. And as you're driving that route, take notes. Mental notes if you can, and go back and where, like, for instance, I'm going to the grocery store. It's, I don't know, 15 miles away. Well, what are the water sources between here and there, just in case, is there cover to go through in case, it's raining or there's a hailstorm or anything like that?
Water, emergency, friendlies, like if people, shelter under bridges, shelter woods, things like that. Those are all excellent things to mark down to know where, to actually know your area is very useful.
Yeah, and I've said it before. I'll say it again. That, do a nice area study on your area of. You got an area of operations is your day to day. Around your home, could be 2 blocks to 2 miles away from your house, and then you got your area of interest. The area of interest is your day to day activities or once a week activity. If you go to Costco or Sam's Club or BJ's or something like that once a week. Or once a month, even, no alternate routes to and from there. It's if you don't pre-plan stuff, you're just shooting from the hip and you're planning to fail. Have alternate maps, maybe do some satellite maps and mark your maps with, where are the police stations? Where is there any kind of emergency medical places, fire stations, churches, any kind of place, Walmart, any kind of dollar store or something that you can get to for supplies if you need them. Just pre-plan. You got to pre-plan your life and have a contingency for it.
That's right. And the next thing that you would want to put in your zombie apocalypse bug out bag would be the Sitong, and that sounds very shiny to me, but it's the bulk roll camo netting for hunting, military, and hiding. Sunshade, $61 for the big one. I know it's expensive, but these things look really cool. You want to hide from zombies, and by zombies I mean anybody who wants to kill you. This is what you want to have in your pack. I jest, but there you go.
Well, my next one, and this is just for me personally, and I have this in all of my bags, is I have extra socks and personal hygiene. And you got to be able to take care of your feet, because most likely if your car dies in an EMP, you're going to be on your, we call it LPCs, your legs personnel carrier, and you're going to be walking, and you need to be able to change your socks, especially if you have a long distance to go. Because I know where we live, if something happened and I was up in Sanford, that's a 23-mile walk. So you got to have some good shoes. And you got to have a change of socks. So,
yeah, if you're setting up an EMP prepared go bag or pack or anything like that, you're going to have, for an EMP, you're going to have a lot more stuff in it than the average go bag, because you don't know where you're going to be if and when an EMP happens. You might be at work, you might be out shopping, you might be driving, you might be at home, you might be at your friend's house. Who knows? You might be church. I mean, you don't really know. Now, can you stay at church and ride it out? I mean, it's an EMP. You're going to ride it out. How long are you going to ride it out for? Eventually, you're going to have to leave.
Yeah.
And you're not just going to follow the roads home, because it's going to take you forever to get. Like for me, once I get off the paved roads are pretty much straight. Then they wind this and that, and then you can follow them from town. Let's say I'm in town. But once I get to the dirt roads, they're very windy. Mm-hmm. So for me to walk them would take hours and hours longer if I was to just beeline it, or as the crow flies, to my place. And I know exactly how to get there just from memory, but I know exactly how to get there, and I have maps. But the problem with that is I'm going through private property.
Yeah.
So you're going to have in your pack some things like fire starters and all different types of things for your EMP prepared pack. Yeah. So you're right on that. It's not just about walking home. It's about could be sheltering in place for a day or two.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that all get home bags or all bug out bags generally have, the same kind of stuff generally. But I think that some things go overlooked. A good pair of shoes in your vehicle it could be a lifesaver, because for instance, spring and summer, I love to wear flip-flops. I'll wear flip-flops everywhere I go. That would really have to suck to walk 20 plus miles home in flip-flops carrying your bug out, or you get
very hard on your feet.
Yeah. And I've got some pretty leathery feet that would still suck. Yeah.
At 5:30 a.m. this morning, I went out on the patio. Maybe it was more closer to 6, dark out now because of time change. And I built a fire to have my coffee. And I have my house shoes, but they're not really, they're like soft booties, more or less, that Rhonda got me. It's not something I would ever buy, but I got to admit, they're very comfortable and they're very warm. And I had those on. Now, when it came time to actually finish my coffee and go to work, which this morning my very first job was to do the seeds. I was planting 2 more trays of seeds. I just kept them on because I was in the house. I didn't go outside to do this. After about 15, 20 minutes, my freaking feet were hurting.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have good footwear. And if you're walking 20 miles, or let's say you're walking for 2 days, which is what 20 miles might equate to, you don't want to do it in flip-flops, man.
No.
Bad idea.
I mean, I've
unless, of course, they are zombie green, and then I approve.
I have done some of our races in sandals.
What kind of races?
Ultra running, anything more than a marathon.
In sandals? Why would you do that?
Well, eventually I switched over to sandals because my feet nowadays, get very, very large when I do long distance running. And I was like, screw it. I'm already getting hot spots.
Your feet grow when you're
swell. Yeah, they widen out. I have Frodo feet, like Lord of the Rings. It's pretty horrible looking. But yeah, I've done more than 15 miles in a pair of sandals.
Wow.
Still, though, if you're carrying weight on your back and you have to walk a significant distance, even in some really good sandals, like I wear Keens, they're very comfortable and they are rugged. They're meant for hiking. However, more than, say 5 miles in a pair of sandals is going to start to suck eventually.
Keens makes, I own 2 pairs of Keens, not sandals, but they make awesome footwear.
Yeah.
And I have seen their sandals. They look pretty nice. All right, buddy. What you got, man?
Yeah, that's a good point. You got footwear, you got to take care of your feet. Without your feet, you're not going very far for sure. And I do carry a pair of, it's my road marching boots, basically. There's a pair of boots that's been broke in real well. I don't wear them every day. They're kind of ugly, but they're in my truck. Hopefully I will be in my truck when all this shit goes down. But, it's good to have something because you never know what you're wearing. Like I'm a flip flop guy too. And, going 15, 30, 20 miles, whatever it may be on flip flops, man, you probably just go all the way through, by the time you get home, you're going to have no leather on the bottom at all. So that's definitely a good point. And
I absolutely hate flip flops. I can't walk in them. I don't understand that freaking thing that goes between your big toe and your next toe. I can't handle it, man. It's the weirdest feeling.
Dude, I use that as like a scratching post. Like,
whoa.
If you get that itch in between your toes, you just take it and kind of like grind it up against that, the thong part.
Gross, man. Does like green stuff come out of it, or yellow and brown and stuff?
I don't know, man. I've got some. They're made by Surfside. They're great for like the beach and the lake and stuff. But it's not leather or whatever it is. It's some kind of synthetic material. I remember standing there one day, I was fishing. I was in New Mexico fishing, wearing them. And I was like, what the hell is that smell? And I looked down and I was like, Christ almighty, I can smell my feet.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Since both you guys are military and Buddy, you're doing footwear. 2-part question, not really 2-part question, but I was watching a series I was really getting into like this, the World War II kind of stuff and the Band of Brothers and shows and thing. And it's just awesome stuff, man. They look like they were not supplied with very good footwear at all.
No.
And stuff they were wearing looked more like just hard leather. It had to have been hard on their feet. Do they give the military these days better footwear?
Do we have to buy it?
Well, yeah, they do now. I mean, they've made tremendous improvements.
Oh, yeah.
On footwear and stuff. I mean, I've got some.
It's not part of your uniform? What?
Well, when you get an initial issue when you come in, and you do get that at basic training, but then they take it out of your paycheck. So,
wow. I
can't remember the changeover to ACUs, but I literally wore green jungle boots from 1994 or 95, I should say, after airborne school, all the way to the day I was forced to put on a pair of ACUs in 2000, I think 2007.
They made us switch out of our jungle boots about October. From October till March, I think the end of March, you couldn't wear jungle boots, which at one of the units I was in, it absolutely drove me crazy because I was a Jungle Boot guy. I mean, we put new soles on them. I mean, I went through three soles on one pair of boots until they dry rotted out, you know.
Yeah.
But, man, I couldn't throw them away, so I left them on my front doorstep, and somebody came and got them and threw them away for me because I didn't have courage.
That's messed up, man.
That's sad.
But going back to the original,
name
them?
Smelly 1 and Smelly 2.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, buddy.
Just going back to the original thing, you know, footwear choices, you know, is something you need to really think about. If you're going to work every day and you have to, you know, wear nicer shoes or high heels or something, Jeremy. So when you're wearing your high heels to work, you know, have a pair of something in there that you can walk if you have to walk, you know.
Yeah.
And it's, when I lived in New York in the city, you'd see people commuting that have, you know, New Balance was big back in the, you know, first part of 2000. As everybody'd have their shoes on, their New Balance or whatever, Adidas, whatever they may wear. And then when they got to work, they'd pull out their backpack, pull out their shoes. Well, I think in your footwear selection, one of the things you need to look at is ankle support. Cause you know, running shoes are great for when you're on the pavement, but if you have to go, you know, over, you know, overland or get off onto a trail or something, or get off and just go into a pasture. I mean, shit, you need something that's going to support your ankles. So, you know, maybe a pair of hiking boots might be your better choice.
I buy gear knowing that I'm going to get to take it out to the next class that I go to, and I get to run my gear a minimum of once a fiscal quarter. I'm running my gear through the woods, doing actual missions with students. And that's how I keep my stuff. And I keep changing my stuff. Like if I don't like this the one way, I'll change it as soon as I get back. So that way I know. Cool. So, I mean, I get to run my gear all the time.
Yeah, that's cool.
But I'm fortunate that way.
Well, if you don't have an opportunity like that, you just have to make it happen. You know, I try to camp, you know, 2, 3, 4 times a year, and, you know, do a primitive camp. I'll live out of a backpack one time, another time I car camp and check out, you know, my two burner Coleman stove and take a nice chest full of shit. You know, next time I'm out there in the backpack with my water press. Gosh dang, I bought a new one that I need to get tested out. I bought it over the winter. It was kind of expensive.
I'll walk our neighborhood with a plate carrier and a rucksack.
Yeah. I still ruck a couple times a week.
You know, I mean, but I'm in a military, or not a military neighborhood, but a neighborhood with nothing but military. So seeing that is commonplace.
It's common. Yeah.
We get looks, but and sometimes the cops will stop us like, "What are you guys doing?" It's like, "We're just walking," and they're like, "Okay," you know. You have to train in the gear you're going to use. If it's starting a fire, a water, you know, you're going to collect water, or your kit that you're at the range, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of people put on, you know, plate carrier and a belt, and they'll do all this crap, and then go to, you know, not the 2-way range, but they'll go to a range and shoot and take it off, and, you know, that's it. They wear it, you know, once every couple of months when they go to the range. You know, you got to get in there and train with that stuff, and think about it, man. When you're pulling off and you're getting gas, right? And you're looking around, well, you know, are you wearing your plate carrier and your battle belt with you, and have, you know, your cool guy gear and shit on? You know what I mean? You might want to, when you're at the range, you might want to, you know, what are you wearing during the week? You know, where's my gun at when I'm filling up the car? Somebody wants to carjack me. You know, those are the scenarios you train for.
Yeah,
that's right.
You know, you shouldn't just throw on all your kit and you know, go out and LARP, you know, because it's not realistic, man. I mean, dude, I'm going to tell myself, but I have a little 511 Fanny Pack that I keep.
Oh, dude, I was just about to say it. Damn it, you got me. I love Fanny Packs. I love it. I'm not ashamed to say it. I love Fanny Packs. I loved them since the 80s.
I am so ashamed to say that I would never wear one.
Oh, I've had people.
Oh my gosh.
Sling Pack for me. Sling Pack.
Yeah, Sling Pack works. You know, call us metrosexuals, whatever you want to call it.
Dude, I am very short. I have oddly long arms. A sling pack doesn't work for me. I love a fanny pack. I do.
Yeah, and I'll configure to a sling bag too. But that's the kind of shit you train on.
Yeah.
You got to train your scenarios of life. It's very cool to put on all that shit and go out to a range and, impress everybody watching because you got the latest and greatest of everything,
Yeah.
But
put on all that stuff and go run your neighborhood.
Put your fucking flip-flops on, put your fanny pack on, your Hawaiian shirt, like you just went to, you're on a beer run from the pool in the backyard and you're going to get some beer and somebody decides they want to take your 12 pack of Natty Daddies or something, That's how you train. Yeah.
Go on Facebook Marketplace and look for a wrestling dummy or a jiu-jitsu dummy. They're life-size, basically stuffed dolls, but they weigh about between 100 and 125 pounds, depending on which one you get. Go get a wrestling doll and start carrying that thing around in your backyard. Find out how out of shape you are. Buddy carry one of those things.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Buddy carry. Get it, buddy carry.
Because that also goes into what we're talking about. If you are having to get home and you notice someone who needs first aid, who needs medical attention, are you willing to do so?
Yeah, I mean, you got to, and I keep going back to it every time. Train. If you're not training for things, you're wrong. You can have all the coolest gear and spend all the money on all the stuff, and then have to put it in your pack and carry it, but you don't have any experience with it. Then you just got a bunch of shit you're carrying around for nothing. And run a scenario to where you're coming home and you say, okay, well, I'm going to park my truck at a certain location. I'm going to throw my pack and I'm going to go walk like I'm my go bag and to get home.
Yeah.
And so you try to go walk 10 miles, 8, start out with, maybe 4 and then work it to where you run 4 or walk 4 miles with your pack. Go out and train, but you train like your life depends on it because it fucking does. I was training for a certain school back in the day, and I was actually in college, and I had some friends drop me off one time, and because I was training for a certain school, I needed some endurance. So I said, okay, 20 miles away. They drove 20 miles, and I had to run back. And so, I don't do that shit anymore because I'm older and more broke. But that's the kind of things, think about. You just start thinking about running through scenarios, running through what could happen. What's the likely threat in my area that could happen to me? I mean, carjackings, robbers, those kind of things, home invasion, start thinking of these scenarios. How am I going to do this?
Yeah.
How am I going to protect myself? Because
I don't train. Because I got number 6, 7, and 8, the Armory Zombie Killer Elite Combat 6-blade knife. So I don't train. I got it for $15. I also have the number 7, my Zombie Killer Recon double-headed throwing axe for $30, and I got the M48 Talon Survival Spear and Sheath, all in zombie green. So I don't have to train, man.
You got to put those in the show notes, man. Because
they're cool, man. They're totally cool.
I'm kind of into throwing axes right now, so that'd be fun as hell.
Oh, actually, this throwing, buddy, you'd like this thing. It's a double-headed. It's got double side, totally pointy. Got the green, the black. It's got little zombie skulls on it. It's badass.
Nice.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and the spear is actually kind of cool. It's like 40. I think it says 48 inches long, and it's got a freaking spear tip on the end of it.
Yeah, there was a company out there selling a tactical spear, and I was like, I'm in.
Cold steel.
Cold steel, yes, that's it.
That's a great weapon, man.
I forgot all about that. I totally want that.
Just don't throw it, because if you miss, they're going to pick it up and use it on you.
Some zombie looks at that spear and is like, I'm going to eat this dude. Yeah. My next ones are, of course, commonplace, but a rather extensive trauma kit. That especially includes Stop the Bleed kit. You want to have your tourniquet, preferably a cat tourniquet. You want to have...
Explain what cat is.
Gen 7 cats are the latest, and that's COT-C, the the governing body for, Stop the Bleed and for the TCCC, the Tactical
Combat Application Tourniquet. Sorry.
Yeah, combat application. That's the latest and greatest. If you don't have a cat, 7th generation? Yeah, 7th generation cat, then, you might want to get one. Yeah, a good point is to have, I do have cat tourniquet, but I also have a soft tourniquet as well. Because the soft tourniquet, you get a larger person, you're not getting that cat tourniquet around them like a thigh. Soft gives you more space to use. And it's just it's pretty much the same application, a little different, but train on both of them. And then you can never have enough gauze.
Yep.
It doesn't matter if you have 10 deals of gauze, you're going to use it and you're going to still need some. You're still going to be pulling off your shirt.
Yeah.
So another good thing to have is like an Israeli bandage.
Mm-hmm.
And just, like I've said, just train. It's another training thing. You can go to your local fire department, and they usually have community fire training where they do Stop the Bleed. At least in my area, they do. Most larger departments will do it. You can go through FEMA, Red Cross. It's all, for the most part, it's all free.
It's always good to know, what the local fire department is doing, which is why number 9 is the emergency radio weather radio. But this one that I've got on my list comes in zombie green, which is why it is in my zombie apocalypse backpack.
Nice.
It has NOAA emergency weather radio. It's got the solar hand crank on it. AM, FM, SW, NOAA weather alert. It's rechargeable battery. It's got a flashlight and it even has a reading lamp. So when you're done killing all the zombies, you can read a book.
Nice.
$38.
Relaxing. I've thought about the zombie apocalypse. Nobody ever really talks about the smell.
You would.
I would. Because, we're talking millions upon millions of dead people up walking around. That is not hygienic. You got to think about that.
It was in one of the Walking Dead, episodes where they were talking to somebody new and they're like, so what, how do you feel about the way things are going? He's like, the world smells different. I was like, yeah, it does when you got zombies everywhere dead.
Juicy.
Yep. So I've got one left. How many of you guys got left? Because I did 3 in a row.
Go ahead.
Oh, my last one is an ultimate. You have to have it in your zombie apocalypse backpack. It's a zombie outbreak response team patch with a biohazard thing on it. And it comes in green. And if you don't have one of those, you are not preparing for the zombie apocalypse.
You got to represent.
Nice.
$7, man. You got to represent.
Nice. What is that? Is it Zert? Z-E-R-T?
Yeah. They
have a whole thing out there with their LARPing is pretty hardcore. I'll just say that. Yeah. I've just got a couple more. And again, these are some of your more common items.
Toss them out quick.
Yeah. Number 1, Silcock key for getting water out of those funky looking faucets outside that you can't get a hold of.
Oh yeah.
You got to have something to, cleanse yourself with. So you got to have some baby wipe. We already talked about personal protection, but you got to have something to keep yourself going. So snacks, hydration packets, stuff like that. We already talked about shoes. Now, the thing that a lot of people haven't talked about yet is my last one is, what if you got kids with you? What if you got your family with you? You got to have, if you are traveling with a child or you're traveling with someone else or a pet, you got to have stuff for those people or pets. You really do. And then make sure that everything that you do is seasonal. So that's my last stuff.
All I'm going to say is, apply the 10 C's, the Dave Canterbury 10 or 11 C's, whatever it may be today. Just apply those and use common sense to your bag. Make sure you can carry it.
Rules of 3.
Yep. Rule of 3, use the 10 C's or 11 C's and train with it. You got to be able to carry it all.
That's right. And the rules of 3 are 3 minutes without air, 3 hours without shelter, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. And I know that Jeremy's got a 4th one and a 5th one and possibly even a 6th one to add to all that.
Well, the first one is 3 seconds with indecision.
Okay, so 3 seconds with indecision. So what can you put, and we're going to do this quick, what can you put in your go bag, in Sean's go bag, that would be 3 seconds of indecision? That's not really anything. That's all in your brain.
That's your mind. That's your mind and your heart. As
Your
soon
mind
as
and your heart said,
if you
don't stop.
Yeah, don't stop. If you see a situation and you lose hope, you are dead.
That's right.
Straight up.
3 minutes without air. Well, we're not talking about 3 minutes without air, but 3 minutes with bad air quality. Let's say a forest fire. Let's say if you're, like I'm sure those people in California, they were having a hard time breathing for a few days. Get some masks. That's all you need. Some stuff that can, the more money you spend, the better they are, the better you're going to breathe. 3 hours without shelter. This is pretty simple. This is stuff to keep your body sheltered from the outside world, whether it's cold, whether it's hot, whether it's dusty, whether there's chemicals in the air, whatever it is. Shelter, it doesn't always mean a building or a tarp or a tent. It means anything that protects your body. 3 days without water, obviously, you can't be carrying around a gallon of water with you all day long. You can try, you can, and you have these little, what do you call those little pouches of water, which I've got cases of them. You can throw a few of those in there, but definitely get yourself a water filter. It's very, very simple. They're not that expensive. Some way of filtering water. Also, mark on your maps where the water locations are. Streams, we're talking lakes, ponds, swimming pools. Swimming pools are great. They're everywhere. And 3 weeks without food. That's like what Jeremy said before. Got to have your snacks. You don't need much. Just got to have some snacks to keep you going.
Yeah. Yeah. And that 3 weeks without food is also a mindset. And you can ask Missy about that, but Missy has actually done a no kidding 40-day liquid only fast.
Wow.
Yeah, it can be done.
No, thank you.
My Prepper brothers and sisters, one of the best parts of being a Prepper Survivalist is the joy of gearing up and playing with new gadgets and survival toys. We've been doing this for a long time and it still doesn't get old. Kitting up your packs should not be stressful. You'll make mistakes, but you'll correct those mistakes as you move forward. We all do, we all have. You'll buy things you wish you hadn't. You'll surprise yourself with things you did. You can build your kits any way you like, as long as you first follow a few simple steps. Start with your rules of 3 items, then consider the weight of your pack, and then consider the mission of your pack. After that, remember to train with it and have fun with it. Stay prepped, stay happy. Thanks for listening, and good night.
I always try to take the long way home. Skip familiar places that I know. I always seem to find the open road. I'm looking for it everywhere I go. Hey, this is life in the badlands, badlands. Forget about the reason. Don't know what you're doing. But try to catch the feelings. You make me smile. Just stay a while. This is life in the badlands. This is life in the badlands. I'm always making friends along the way. So pack your bags and let's leave for the day. Take your worries, make them go away. Turn the music up and let's escape. This is life in the badlands. Forget about the reason. Don't know what you're doing. But try to catch the feelings. You make me smile. Just stay a while. This is life in the badlands. This is life in the badlands. So take the leap, help us see. Take some time out of reach. You and me, wild and free. Just believe and follow me. This is life in the badlands. Forget about the reason. Don't know what you're doing.